All right. Hello, eighth grade. We are jumping into lesson 3 today. So today you're going to continue to research GMOs. Before we do that, we need to go ahead and start our entrance ticket. So as an entire class, I want for you to read this text, Sticking Up for Coke, sort of. And then after you read, you have an open response question. Is this text credible? Explain why or why not. So I'm going to ask that you go ahead and pause the video. You read this text as a class, and then you go ahead and work to answer that question. All right, guys. So the question after this article was, is this text credible? Why or why not? You should have said no, because it is written by one person and she does not support her claims with strong, relevant evidence. Okay. So again, we're working through how to determine if something is credible or not. Today, we are going to continue conducting research to answer a question about how GMOs influence our access to healthy food. All right, guys. So we're going to continue research today. So for that, we need to pull up these two things, Researcher's Toolbox and Researchers Do These Things Anchor Chart. So during this time today, so previously in a previous lesson, we researched and we began addressing your specific research needs. So I'm going to ask that your teacher go through the Researcher's Toolbox and the Researchers Do These Things Anchor Chart again with you. It is up to your teacher if they feel like you guys are proficient in the research process to begin researching independently. If not, we've got some time here that we can continue a little bit of teaching and learning. So maybe sharing out from some of you in class and talking about what you've researched. So I'm going to go ahead and ask that you pause here and allow your teacher to determine if you guys need to go through that Researcher's Toolbox again and the Researchers Do These Things Anchor Chart, and then come back to me when you're ready to move forward. All right, guys, so we're jumping into work time B now, where we're going to actually continue your research. Remember, you are working to answer the question, how do GMOs influence our access to healthy food? You're going to work with a partner today, and you are going to add to this additional focus questions, GMOs anchor chart. I don't know if you guys have started this or not. I can't remember. I apologize, guys. If we've not started it already, we're going to go ahead and do that today. So our central research question is, how do GMOs influence our access to healthy foods? What you've got to do today is to come up with some additional focus questions that can help generate further or narrow that research, okay? So I'm going to give you an example of one, and I want you to go ahead and add it to this GMOs anchor chart, okay? So one question that you might research is, what are the benefits of GMOs? You're going to actually go in and answer that question, okay? And I might, forgive me if I'm wrong, you might already have the questions. I'm not sure. I think maybe they're already on your anchor chart. So alongside your partner, you're going to go ahead and you're going to actually research those questions there. You should log your answers on the right-hand side. I'm going to ask that you go ahead and pause the video and begin to work through this, and then come back to me and we'll go over a few of these, and then we'll move forward. Okay. All right, guys. So let's go over the first maybe two questions. So what are the benefits of GMOs? So hopefully, as you researched with your partner, you found that modifying crops prevents potential damage, which increases the amount of food that is harvested for people to eat. That's just a gist. The second question is, what are the potential dangers of GMOs? You might have found in your research that although GMOs make crops resistant to pests, they can also harm other species that are not pests. Let's go through one more together. What might be the long-term effects of GMOs on our health? You and your partner might have found something like this. There is not enough information about how GMOs affect the human body, and they may cause food allergies and even cancer. Okay? All right, guys, so hopefully you feel good about that research. Okay, I want you guys to review your note catcher. And when I say note catcher, I mean the Access to Healthy Food Research GMOs note catcher. So I want you with your partner to talk about which questions have you answered and which generated questions from this lesson would you like to research. Share your plan for researching with your partner. And then, if you need help, now's the time to ask your teacher. Now's the time to ask your partner. for some more help. So I'm going to ask that you go ahead and pause the video and we review our note catcher. We go over all the research and the evidence we've collected so far. This is the time for your teacher to circulate the classroom and kind of get a gauge for how are you guys doing? Are you ready to move forward? If not, we need to spend some more time on some things. So go ahead and pause the video and come back to me when you're finished. All right, guys, so we're ready to close this out today. So in a partner share, and then as a whole class, I want you to answer this question. What relevant data can you quote or paraphrase that you found to answer the questions that we generated as a class today? Okay. In our next lesson, you're going to independently explore several other case studies of our access to healthy food. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Your teacher can leave this up and you guys can pair share, think about this, and then share out as a class. I'll see you guys again soon in the next lesson.